Hello bell players, thanks for joining me in this video. I really miss meeting with you guys in person, so I'm hoping that this kind of replaces that. And what I'd like to do in this video is go back to some of the very basic things that we started doing with the bells and relearning some notes and kind of focusing on our fundamentals. No matter how far we progress in the book, it's still important to come back to the very basics and remember things like rhythm counting and where the notes fall exactly on the bells and how to properly play the bells with correct technique. So that's what I'd like to cover in this video. So join me in playing, get your bells set up, get your book and your music stand ready to go, and then we are going to review some of the very basics of bells. So let's go. On page 5 in the book is where we will start. We'll start at number 2. It's called our first note. And the first note that we're going to be playing is D. This is where the D is located on the bells. D. Once you've found your D, we'll go ahead and get our mallets set and ready to go. We're going to start with just our right hand for this time. When we're holding the mallets, we want to make sure that we have our thumb and the rest of the 4 fingers cradling the back of the stick. It's not a death grip like this. We're not holding on for dear life. We want to make sure that there's some fluidity in how we use our mallet. There should be some flexibility there. We're going to do that in the right hand. We're going to do the same thing in the left hand when we get there. Now that you know where your D is and it's located, we are going to play it for 4 beats. And we know to play it for 4 beats because it is a whole note. And that is a 4-beat note. So we're going to count 4 beats in our head as we let that note ring. Ready? Here we go. This is number 2, page 5. Our first note. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. This is our rest. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. How did you do? When we strike the bells, we want to use a gentle touch. We don't need to strike the bells hard or with a lot of force to make a full sound. All right, let's keep going on page 5. Let's learn a different note. For this note, we are going to be using the note C. And here's where C is located on the bells. C. It's right next to D. But in this case, we're going to be using our left hand. So let's do the exact same rhythm, a 4-beat note followed by a 4-beat rest on the C. Are you ready? Home base is hovering above the bells. When we strike the bells, we don't want to leave the mallet stuck to the bar. We want it to rebound off. Here is our C in our second note. This is number 3 on page 5. 1, 2, left hand, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And we're done. And you'll notice what I do is I use my hand to stop the vibration of the bar, thus ending the sound while we are in our rest. Because in music, a rest is an indication for silence. And if we let that sound ring all the way through the rest, we've no longer played a whole note, we've played 2 whole notes. So you can go ahead and use your hand to damper that sound so that it doesn't play into the rest. All right, let's alternate both hands. While we alternate those 2 notes, we're going to be using C and D in alternation with a rest in between. And so use that rest to locate where your next mallet strike is going to be. Look ahead as we play. This is called the 2-note tango, and it's on page 5. Number 4, we're going to start with D with our right hand. Ready, set, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Rest, and now we move to C. 2, 3, 4. We're going to go back to D now. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, and our C. 2, 3, 4. Rest, and last note is D again. Go. 2, 3, 4, and we dampen that note. All right, let's move on. Also on page 5, this is our third note. It's the last note that we need to know how to play for today, and it's called B flat. Here's where B flat is located on your bell kit. B flat. We're going to play the B flat with our left hand, and we're going to do that in number 5, called our third note. 4 beats with a rest of 4 in between. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2. Last time. 2, 3, 4. Now that we've mastered those 3 notes, we're going to move on. Let's go to page 6 and use those 3 notes in combination. It's called the 3-note combo. They're still going to be whole notes. They're still going to have 4 beats of rest in between, so make sure you count those notes and dampen the bars so they stop vibrating. We're going to start with our left hand, and we're going to alternate between left and right. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 6, 3-note combo on page 6, starting on a B flat. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, here's the C, right hand, and go. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, here's our D. 2, 3, 4. Now we come back down to C, left hand, and go. 2, 3, 4, rest our right hand on the B flat, and go. 2, 3, 4. That was our 3-note combo. Let's do the exact same type of exercise. A whole note on each note with a rest of 4 in between, a whole rest, but we're going to switch up the order a little bit and see how well we find our way around those 3 notes. This one is called Third Time's the Charm, and it's on page 7. Here we go. We're going to start this time with our right hand on D. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. While you're resting, locate the next note. 2, 3, 4. Locate the next note. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2. Look ahead, what's coming up. 2, 3, 4. Last rest. 2. And our last note. 2, 3, 4. And we dampen. All right? We use those rests to our advantage to notice what note is coming up. If we turn to still on page 6, pardon me, we're going to do number 8. It's called Match the Pitch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the solo part, and I'd like you to play the part that's labeled band. So I'll play my note for 4 beats, and you echo by playing the same note for 4 beats, and we'll go back and forth. Here's number 8, Match the Pitch, starting on C. 1, 2, ready, me. 2, 3, now you. 1, 2, 3, my turn. 2, 3, 4, your turn. 2, 3, back to me. 2, 3, 4, you play the C. 1, 2, and my turn. And 2, 3, and echo. 1, 2, 3, 4. How did that work? I hope that worked well. Let's keep moving on page 6. We're going to try number 9. This is called a breath of fresh air. And what's different about this is that we no longer have a rest of 4 beats in between each note. We have to locate the next note that we're going to play while the previous note, or the current note, is ringing. So we've got to keep our eyes moving across the page as we play. Because there are no rests, we're not going to try and dampen any of the notes now. And we will alternate left, right, left, right, left, and right. So we'll start with the left, and it's on D. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 9, a breath of fresh air. Keep your eyes moving across the page. Look one note ahead. 1, 2, left on D. 1, 2, 3, and the right. 1, 2, 3, move to C. 2, 3, and the right on C. 2, left on B flat, and 1, 2, 3, right on B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we can dampen our bells. Do you see how that works? Let's do the exact same thing again. Number 10, this is breathing easy. Look one note ahead while you're playing. We'll start with the right hand on B flat. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 3, 4, left hand. 2, right hand. 2, 3, and the left on C. 2, 3, right on D. 2, 3, and left. 2, 3, 4. Did you notice the trick? Did you get caught? The last note of number 10 skips a note. Instead of going from D to C to B flat, we went right from D to B flat. That's why we look ahead while we play. If you missed it, this is a great time to take your number 2 machine scoring pencil, which should always be part of your standard equipment, and go ahead and circle that last B flat. And that'll remind you that there's something important about that note that you need to pay attention for the next time you play it. It makes it more noticeable. And that's why we keep our eye moving across the page while we are playing. It's kind of like riding a bicycle, right? We want to watch the road when we ride a bicycle, but we don't look at the road directly below our pedals, because that would be foolish. We look at the road ahead so that we can see what's coming up before we have to get out of the way on our bike. Music is the same thing. Look one note ahead. Don't stare at the note you're playing. Keep your eyes moving forward while you're counting. Let's do one more with our time together today. Let's do number 11. And this is on page 6. It's called Threezy Does It. And I'll warn you ahead of time, there's a trick at the end, so keep your eye moving as we play. And let's count out loud. We're going to start with the right hand on D. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. How was that? Did you notice they tried to play the same type of trick on you, doing a skip at the end instead of a stepwise motion in the melody? I hope you caught it. This is a great way to review the basics. If you have trouble reading the notes, go back to these very first 3 notes, B flat, C, and D, and review how they look on the staff, where they live on your instrument, and this is great practice for counting as we play. Keeping our place and counting go hand in hand as we play music. I hope you had a great time. We're looking forward to coming back again and doing more videos and go further in the book and try and bring us back to where we were. In the meantime, enjoy your instrument, keep playing, stay well, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.